Well, Lisa.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a dangerous podcast.
I'm nervous.
You should be.
I know.
Brought the competition out, and we'll see where this one goes today. So, well,
okay.
Thank you for being here. This is the 5th episode of Unlocking the Windy City podcast. This podcast is all about real estate, behind the scenes of the TV show, and talking about what's happening in the market, trends in real estate, exciting things, listings that we were talking about earlier. So we're just gonna jump in and get started. Before we do though, I've got like kind of a quick fire, list of questions that I want to go through. Fire. So I don't know if is that the right word?
Yeah, I think so.
Not. I don't know.
Like
Maybe.
I have to be like.
Yeah, think on your feet.
Okay.
So who shows up earlier for a showing? You or me?
Me.
No way.
I'm punctual.
You are punctual.
Not a morning person.
Yes.
Okay, what's next? Hit me.
Now I forgot the other question. No, I'm kidding. What's the craziest showing you've had?
Oh, God. Really?
Mm-hmm. Is it the one we were just talking about?
Yes.
You have to talk about that. You don't have to. I won't make you, but I think you should because it's a great story.
I mean, it's like, what do we do when we're representing a listing where it's a little controversial with their artwork and it's a tenant that's in there and I'm representing the owner of the property? Let's just say, without going into too many details, that he was very unbashful in displaying his
artwork
fetishes, I guess, which puts me in a really uncomfortable position. What if there are kids that walk through? We got to make sure that we're being ethical, but also
we have to be professional.
We need to be professional and listen, to each their own, and anybody can do and be into whatever they want. But for it to be on public display, it's a touchy subject and it's a little uncomfortable.
Touchy is an interesting description.
No
what is one of the strangest requests you've had a seller ask you?
One of the strangest requests. I mean, listen, we sort of do what we
get it all.
We do. We get it all. I mean, anything from picking up dog poop that's all over the house and cleaning the carpets and taking the laundry out of the washing machine so it doesn't look like there's a whole bunch of clothes. I don't know. I mean, I probably can't even think of the weirdest. I don't know.
Have you had a seller ask you anything like completely out of the ordinary at a listing appointment? When you're competing for a listing?
Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm at a listing appointment and what is the seller asking?
What would be like a request that would just completely throw you? If a seller was like, well, are you going to do this for my listing? See, that's the thing. We don't get thrown easily because we do get strange requests all the time.
Right. I feel like at this point in my career, what could really throw me? I don't know. I've been asked some weird stuff, but I feel like the weirdest thing is when they start debating about commission or like, if you can sell my house for this amount, I'll pay you this. But if you don't sell it for that amount, then I'll pay you differently. It's like, would you negotiate with your doctor if you need to remove my kidney? If you get it all, I'll pay you in full. If you
leave a little bit in there, though.
Leave a little bit in there. It's wild to me the way people think that they can, cut our rates or whatever you want to call it. It's, it's nervy, but
But you can't blame them for asking. And that's always how I handle it. I always say, you know what? I appreciate you asking. I would do the same thing, but would you, and I like that line, would you ask your doctor for a discount if they only took out part of your kidney? I don't know that I've used that exact line, but I similar analogies. I had something crazy happen very early on in my career. I had a seller say to me, I will list my house with you, but only if you go on a date with my niece.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Were you married at the time?
No, this was like early on in my career. I was in my mid-20s.
So did you go on the date?
I did. It was one of the most awkward dates of my life.
You know what would be amazing is if that ended up being who you married.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
That would be very crazy. So she was very nice. I mean, we just had nothing in common.
That is so awkward.
So I did get the listing, though.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Because you agreed to the date.
I agreed to the date.
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. What is your most memorable showing? Good or bad? I'm always curious because we all have crazy stories with showings over the years.
We do. I mean, you're catching me totally on the spot. I have the worst memory, but I feel like I always come back to like, it's sort of my why, you know, like a young family who's relocating or moving from the city, trying to find their forever house. I remember every moment of that young family, whether it's, you know, family A, B, C, D, or all the way down the gamut. The look on their face and the look on their kids' face when they fall in love with the house and start picturing themselves in that property for the foreseeable future. I feel like that's always what sticks with me.
Yeah.
It's totally my
That
why.
is the best feeling.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That is definitely the best feeling. What gives you more of a rush in this business? Is it a great negotiation or having that feeling, watching a buyer just fall in love with the property?
You know, different aspects of the journey bring me different satisfaction, right? And I feel like winning out in multiple offers, that is incredibly rewarding. Mm-hmm. Putting together an offer that you know wins out when you're representing the buyers. And then fighting really hard for my sellers. You know, every seller has a different reason why they need to move. You know, a transition in life or life circumstance or moving out of the state or whatever it might be. And just being their best advocate to get them every bit of what they need and what they want is very satisfying. But at the end of the day, being the person that they trust, whether it's the seller or the buyer, and being the best representative and advocate for them, I'm like honored every time, you know, to be just a small part of their journey.
And it really is rewarding at the end of the day because you do become a part of the family.
Yes,
in essence.
totally.
I mean, especially when it's a young family and they're finding their first home, you know, you get to see the kids grow up in there. And then, you know, if you're in the business long enough, you see them selling the home and moving out. Right. And the kids are grown up in college. I mean, you know, you've got one in college, you've got another one going to college. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's got to be like part of the story.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's talk about you for a minute. Okay. I didn't even officially introduce you on the podcast. So welcome, Lisa Rome, my teammate / competitor. So tell me how your story in real estate went, because everyone has a different story.
So yes, I have a background in fine art. I have always been in love with architecture and design and all of that, which has sort of lent itself really well to my real estate career.
And you were a graphic designer, right?
So,
which is a commonality that we both have.
Yes. Before
I think we just realized recently too, didn't we?
Before I went into real estate, I was a graphic designer. I had a big business job doing graphic design for a while. I branched out, started my own business doing graphic design. Had some other odds and ends, but then really decided at one point in my life, let's just go for it. It's something that I've always wanted to do. It was a very easy transition for me. To get into the real estate arena. And I think my background, not only in entrepreneurship, but design and graphic design, makes it really easy for me to do a lot of my own marketing. So do you still do all of your own marketing today? I do.
Do you let anyone else touch any of the design?
I'm pretty picky.
Yeah.
I'm pretty particular. And I have a really quick turnaround for myself. I'm not waiting for anybody else to make changes or to create or to do it. So it's just part of my everyday, creating something to help my brand and help marketing and help my listings and yeah.
So what is your favorite part of this business besides the reward, besides the money, besides the feeling of helping someone? Like, what is the most exciting part of this business?
I love that it is totally unpredictable. I love that every day is different. You meet so many different people. You wear so many different hats, from being a therapist to being a
Our business cards aren't big enough to fit all of it.
Exactly. So I love the unpredictability and the flexibility. I mean, next year I won't have any kids at home, which is crazy. So I'll have all the flexibility in the world. But being in real estate, it's been really nice to be able to be at my kids' sporting events and to sort of make my schedule around, other of life's priorities. So I love some of the flexibility, even though we're sort of on call 24/7, and we hustle and we work hard. But I love that every day is different.
Yeah. So I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What do you think is more important? Being a great advocate for your client or having great relationships with other agents in the community?
I really think that you have to be both. You really, really have to be both.
And I guess that's kind of a trick question in a way, because you do have to be both.
I mean,
but if you had to pick one,
you need to be networked. You need to have great relationships with other agents all across different communities, whether it's in our office, outside of our office, other brokerages. I mean, especially in today's market, the off-market deals that are happening because you are well networked and talk to other agents on a daily basis and oftentimes know of things before they hit the market. That's a win-win for everybody, right? Like, if your sellers don't want to hold a traditional open house and would rather sort of be under the radar and a little bit unconventional and are happy for you to network with other agents and bring somebody in before you even hit the market and see what kind of offer they present, or they never even have to go on the market.
Like the conversation you and I had the other day, where you can pick up the phone and call another agent that you're close with and say, I need this.
Right.
What do you have? And you open up opportunities.
Yeah.
So that's where most deals are happening today.
I know.
It is. By the time it hits the MLS, it's already too late.
I totally agree. In today's market, it didn't always used to be that way, but in today's market, especially with inventory being the way that it is, it really is critical that you maintain your networking relationships and you cultivate them and you care for them and we help each other out. There's enough business to go around.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's a good message, and that's a common theme that I've heard from a lot of people. At least the good agents. There's enough business to go around.
Right.
But there's a lot of bad agents out there too.
Unfortunately, there are. And I feel like everybody needs to put their egos aside for a minute and just realize that we're all working for the greater good. So let's just work together.
So on that note, would you rather work with an inexperienced agent that has a good attitude, or would you rather work with an agent who's been in the business for a long time, maybe does a lot of business, but doesn't have that mentality, doesn't have that collaboration mentality? It's a tough question, I know.
It's a tough question. I think I'd pick the inexperienced agent that has a great attitude, because I can help facilitate the transaction and it's certainly not my first rodeo. I know how to sort of move the transaction in the most professional way. So I think that I would rather almost coach that inexperienced agent who has this great attitude on how to make it successful at the end of the day. And I think
how to make the terms more beneficial for your client.
Maybe make the terms a little bit more beneficial, maybe sort of use that to my advantage.
Yeah. So what is your negotiation style? Are you a tough negotiator? Do you have a soft approach?
Well, how many people are going to see this? I want people.
A lot of people are going to see this. And everyone wants a different style. Some people are like, I need a tough negotiator. I don't want someone who's going to come in here and, just accept the first offer. And my response to that person, because that's usually the same person that says, are you willing to cut your commission? Mm-hmm. And my first response is always, if you want a tough negotiator, the person who came in here and said, I've got all this experience and all these years in the business, but I'll do it for, 1%, mm-hmm. whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is that the tough negotiator you want? Or do you want someone who's going to sit there and fight with you at the dining room table for their commission?
It's so true. It's so true. And right. I mean, I believe in what I'm worth, and I believe in what I sell, and I believe in what I buy. I always have data to support it. So I feel like I negotiate where and when I need to, and I'm tough when I need to be tough. But at the first go around, I believe, again, like I said before, we're all trying to get the best solution for our people. And there's always a way to bridge that. There's always a way to make that happen. And I don't believe that we need to be a-holes to do that.
No. Well, there's a difference between being tough and being, you can say asshole. It's okay. I swear all the time on the podcast. There's a difference between being tough and being an asshole.
Absolutely.
There's no reason to be an asshole. There are certain times when it does require it, when someone is being combative with you.
Right, and I will not be taken advantage of. My kindness will not be misconstrued as weakness.
Yeah, I love that message.
Yeah, so I definitely believe in being kind, because I feel like the world is a better place when we all treat each other with respect and kindness, but that will not be mistaken for weakness, especially in a negotiation.
Yeah. I think that's a really good point. So what are some of the trends that you're seeing right now? Specifically, we're both Northbrook agents.
Right.
We both don't only work the Northbrook market, mm-hmm. but we're based in Northbrook. We live in the community. We're invested in the community. What are some of the trends that you're seeing specifically in Northbrook right now?
It's tough. The Northbrook market is one of the toughest, and it's unbelievable how much inventory is low, mm-hmm. but how much people are able to get. Like the appreciation percentage, I haven't run the numbers lately, but the appreciation percentage in Northbrook has got to be astonishing, off the charts. There are certain districts that inventory is up a little higher than other districts. I mean, East Northbrook versus West Northbrook. There are some nuances, but a lot of deals are happening off market. We're still seeing multiple offers. We're still seeing, overlist mm-hmm. closings. I'm really surprised at what some things are closing for. I was just having the conversation the other day. I feel like $750, what used to be $750 is the new 1.1. Right. Like what you used to be able to buy for $750,000, which is a really nice, healthy budget, plan for 1.1 now in all of Northbrook and some of the surrounding areas too. But Northbrook is doing a lot for its community right now, and I feel like people know that and see that, and it's a thriving community. So people are willing to pay.
Yeah. What's interesting to me in Northbrook is District 28, the heart of Northbrook, was always the highest priced market, mm-hmm. historically, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. It seems like you go further west and the prices are just as high. You go to 27, 31, prices are just as high as they are in 28 right now. Mm-hmm. 30 is the highest priced part of Northbrook.
I agree. I think that's so surprising too. But when inventory in Northbrook pops up, I would say that if 3 new listings pop up, not one is 28.
True. That's true.
Which is interesting to me too. I mean, why doesn't anybody want to leave District 28?
It's a lot of reasons that we can't talk about.
Yep.
So, what are some of your favorite places in the community?
In Northbrook?
In Northbrook.
Oh, I love Bean Bar. You know I'm a huge fan.
We were sitting here talking about this, and I was like, Bean Bar is going to come up.
I know.
So
yes. So I wish I had a Bean Bar mug or got my Bean Bar to go this morning. I love Bean Bar. I think that they do wonderful things for the community. I think it's a great space, great place to hold meetings, great spot to meet up with friends. I love that. Landmark is tried and true, you know.
Yeah.
Dinner
Have
spot.
you been to the
night.
new Landmark on
the
Willow Hill?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How is it?
The hill is fun and it's nice because the vibe is totally different. And if you're sitting outside, you know, on a good night, you can see the city. So it's cool.
Yeah.
I appreciate that they're trying to bring some activity up there too.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that you're sitting on top of a garbage dump.
I know.
With
you try
views of the
and
city.
like, you know, get over that.
Yeah. It was years ago.
Right.
It's totally been transformed, but
Completely
it's just crazy to think that was flat land at one point.
Yeah. Do you ever go to Napolita in the summer and sit out on the patio?
All the time.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. My kids love it.
And again,
because the pizza comes out quick.
So quick.
So, you know, the starving children of Northbrook can eat quickly.
Don't have to wait.
The vibe is great.
I love the outside patio there. It's so nice.
Yeah. So what would you like to see in Northbrook?
I love what they're doing with the old Five Seasons and turning that into another place for people to go and work out and, you know, the health aspect of it all. I'm a very proud member of the community.
That's good.
What are your favorites?
A lot of the same. I mean, Bean Bar, obviously, you know, I'm in there regularly. There's Napolita. We're there all the time. Oliveri's right across the street.
Right.
I mean, you know, we basically grew up going in there. I guess not grew up, but since we've lived in Northbrook, we've gone there regularly. The downtown area has so much potential.
It does.
And I would just love to see what the next version looks like.
Right, what the next phase could be like.
So, but I'm also excited to see what happens with Northbrook Court. I think that's long overdue. Something has to happen soon.
God willing.
So we definitely need more shopping close to town.
Yeah. I mean, I get that retail is a hard market, but it also brings people together.
Absolutely. And it brings people in that are outside of Northbrook.
Right.
So, I mean, you look at Skokie and what Old Orchard did for Skokie. Skokie was a suitcase community. Now it's a destination.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see where it goes in the future.
And like how Glenview is getting built up too, you know?
Yeah.
With some great restaurants and some retail and all that. I mean, outside of the Glen, but it'll be interesting to see how it further develops.
It will be very interesting to see how the next 5 years look. So, what are your predictions for real estate? Do we continue in this trend that we're in?
I do. I think that for the foreseeable future, there's not enough land to have a whole bunch of new developments pop up, even though we're seeing some. I mean, there's a great new development coming in Deerfield. There's another new development that'll ultimately be in Northbrook where Lady of the Brook was, which will be good for some empty nesters and some right-sizers and all of that. But, you know, inventory is going to be low for a while. Where are people going to go?
What do you think it will take? And this is a question that maybe we don't know the answer to, but what do you think it'll take for inventory to balance out? Is it rates? Do rates need to come down to a certain level?
No.
So we're going to be in this for a while.
I think we're going to be in this for a while. I think people are over the rate conversation. Nobody's talking about rates anymore. They've normalized, or whatever you want to call it. COVID, where we saw that 2.5%, 3% rate is such a fluke, and it will never happen again. But obviously, that's why inventory is low. People don't want to give up that refi rate that they locked in at 2.5%, 3%, because then once they go to sell, they're now going to be locking in at a 6%, whatever it might be.
But at some point, something has to change. I mean, everything is cyclical. You don't stay in this economy forever. You don't stay in this real estate market forever.
Right.
We've been in it for a pretty extended period of time now. We're going on 6 years.
And I think that we will continue to be.
I agree with you, for the record.
I mean, I can't, there's no crystal ball.
No.
But I can't imagine how the balance would change. What does that look like? Like I said, there's like not a ton of new developments coming up. Like, I feel like that's what we would need for inventory to truly change and for it to become more of a buyer's market. But I don't see that happening.
I don't either. And I don't know how it changes, because we don't have more land. If you look at Northbrook, where's there more land to develop? There's really not. Mm-mm. So how do we change that? You look nationally, and it's still crazy. I talk to agents across the country, and they're in buyer's markets. Extreme buyer's markets, 22 months of inventory.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
We're still sitting at 2.
I can't imagine. It will one day.
It will one day.
Because it always does.
I don't foresee us having a drastic swing the other way like they did. But at some point, it does have to level off. It does have to balance out.
Yeah.
So is it going to take development? Is it going to take people just getting more comfortable with the payment? Is it going to take, boomers dying off? I mean, what is it going to take?
Right. I was just about to say, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think it's that older generation, the baby boomer generation, which has so much equity and owns so much of the inventory that we are sitting on. So whether it's unfortunately them passing on, going to assisted living, and now the families are in a position where they need to sell that, family home. I think that we'll start seeing some of that, since that's just such a huge part of the population. Mm-hmm. I do think that we'll start seeing that. I don't know if it's going to
I don't know
make that much of a dent, but
you keep hearing the term silver tsunami, and it's just not coming.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, because I don't know if you're seeing the similar trend, but I'm seeing a lot of the boomers that moved away, that became snowbirds, that are now moving back. Their kids are getting married, they're having their own families, they want to be close. I think that's the one thing we learned from COVID, is families want to stay close.
Right.
So I've got a lot of clients right now that are moving back into the area that had already moved away. Mm-hmm. That doesn't help either.
Where are you putting those people?
It doesn't help.
Yeah.
That's not going to help with inventory.
Right.
So, speed round of questions.
Okay. Hit me.
Open house or private showings?
Okay. Before we start with this, is it for me personally or for my sellers?
Either one.
Okay. Private showings.
Why?
I just feel like it's a more curated look at helping somebody visualize what their life could be in that property. A lot of times with open houses, it's crowded. I mean, people come in the masses, whether they're actually interested buyers or tire kickers or neighbors or whatever. And it's hard for people to truly visualize and take their time and breathe into what their life could look like in the property.
I agree. This is probably the slowest speed round I've ever done.
Sorry.
No.
I didn't know you wanted me to.
No. That's fine. I actually asked you a follow-up question, and there was something I was thinking as well. I always tell my seller clients, open houses are not for you. They're for us.
Right.
An open house is a way for us to pick up new business. The percentage of properties that sell through an open house is less than 5% today. And I actually think that number may be higher in our marketplace right now.
Yeah, I mean, I do, yes, an open house is really beneficial for us to get in front of potential future clients, right? And to meet new people and brand exposure and all of that. But I also feel like I'm seeing there are so many buyers out there that don't loop their agent in until the very last minute
Right.
for whatever reason. Like they don't want to bother.
They don't want to bother us. They don't want to waste our time.
Right. To schedule a private appointment. But that's what we do. So please call us and make that private appointment. So they wait for a property to be open and would rather, at their leisure, if it works into their schedule, stop by that house, and then they'll call their agent. Hey, we were at an open house, and we really like this house.
And then the agent calls and says, hey, is there any way that I can get in to see it? My clients really like it.
Right.
The good agents, at least. Not every agent will do that.
Right.
I totally agree with you. I'm much more in favor of private showings.
Yes. Yes.
So there's too much risk with an open house, too.
It's hard. I mean, if you have the feeling that it's going to be nuts, you know, because some of them can get nuts, and you really want to protect the property and, you know, whatever is going on in the house, you really need to bring somebody else there.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree. Text or phone call?
Text, please.
Really? I would rather jump on a call.
Listen, I am an in-person talker. I'm not I'll talk on the phone if I need to, but text me, please.
I agree. Text me first.
Yeah.
But I'd rather jump on a call and have a conversation.
Yeah. Like,
so, all
right, when are you free to chat?
Well, you've got certain clients, and maybe it's a age thing, maybe it's a, you know, generational thing. I don't know what it is, but you have certain clients that will want to text you an entire conversation. And I'm sorry, I don't want to put certain things in writing.
Yes. No,
Once
I
it's
agree
in
with
writing,
that.
you're locked down to it.
Right.
And, you
if
know,
that's
if we're talking
the case,
about a
I'll
number
say, hey,
or...
can we chat?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no. There are certain things I'm very careful not to put into the text.
All right. Accompanied showings or lockbox?
Accompanied.
Always?
9 times out of 10.
Interesting. I totally disagree.
Yes. I think
it depends on the property.
It depends on the property, but I feel like especially if it's my listing. I mean, if I'm representing a buyer and we're going to a property that's on a lockbox, I don't care. I am happy to be there, you know, with them, walking them through the property if the listing agent's not there. If I'm representing the listing, you are hiring me to sell your house. You are hiring me to point out all the wonderful features of the property, the community, the surrounding area, your proximity to the schools. I'm there to answer any questions. So there's no lag time.
Yeah.
And, you know, there are certain properties where you don't want them to focus maybe on
a certain thing.
Sure. So by me being there, it's like we just sort of glance right past that, and I can concentrate on all of the things that make that property shine. And that's part of what a seller is hiring me to do.
I see that. And there are certain properties where I agree it should be accompanied. I think I come at it from a different standpoint, because as a buyer's agent, I hate when showings are accompanied, because you have that one agent who's literally there trying to sell you on everything and following you around and pushing you.
You got to read the room.
100%, but so many agents don't.
Right.
And so as a buyer's agent for so many years before I really became more of a predominantly listing agent, I hated when showings were accompanied. A, it's harder to schedule. B, you have someone else who's there trying to sell your clients, even though they really just want to see the property.
Right.
So I come at it from a different standpoint. We'll agree to disagree.
Okay.
So
I'm fine with that.
I think there's a right way when you are doing accompanied showings. I think there's a right way to do it.
And I think I know how to read the room.
I think you do too.
You know, I can tell if somebody's a little bit standoffish, and the buyer's agent might even say, we prefer to walk around on our own. And then I'll say, great, I totally respect that. I'm here to answer any questions. Even if they don't say that, I can get a feel for how much involvement they want from me.
Sure. Well, and again, you're a good agent. You have those skills to be able to do that. There are some agents that don't.
Right.
So, but I had a client years ago as a seller that wanted me to accompany every showing. And there are some buyers that you truly just you have to leave them alone.
Mm-hmm.
You have to read the room. You have to observe. You have to let them walk around. And then you can slowly kind of point things out as you see them questioning.
Mm-hmm.
But this seller in particular had cameras in the property. This was before cameras were in every property. You almost have to assume today that they are.
Yep.
And this seller would sit down with me after almost every showing and say, okay, here's how I think you could have handled that showing differently.
Okay.
I don't think you really sold them on the property. You didn't ask them enough questions about where they're coming from, what they like.
So you got to critique after every...
I'm like, okay, so let's play devil's advocate here. This buyer immediately was standoffish. Their body language was saying, don't talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
So if I pushed, would that have convinced them that they wanted the house? Or would that have just pushed them to back further away?
Yeah.
So, it's just interesting because this seller in particular, he was in sales, he's in sales training, but real estate sales is not traditional sales.
Right.
And I think you have to understand the difference.
Right.
And you have to have the ability to see the difference and know when to push, know when to back off.
That's rough, though.
It was rough.
You had
a
critique after every showing.
It was not my favorite experience selling a home.
Well,
so, but we did it successfully. We got it across the finish line.
Of course.
Would you rather, and we used to do this all the time, would you rather drive your clients around or have them follow you?
Follow me.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll drive them around if they need to. But I feel like I'd rather be in my car making my calls, or listening to what I want to listen to, and you can just follow me there.
Yeah. Are you singing in the car?
Sometimes.
Jamming out to tunes?
It's when I have my best voice alone in the car.
For sure. It's so interesting how that's changed in our industry, because I feel like when I started, at least, that was the norm.
Was that you drove your buyers around?
You drove your buyers around.
Yeah. Yeah. I have actually only had that a couple times when it's been people that are relocating from out of town. I'll pick them up. I'll take them around. They're either in a rental car or don't have a car because they're in a town only for a weekend. But that is so rare now.
Yeah.
That happens.
So
would you rather still drive your people around?
No, I agree with you. I'd rather them follow me because, again, I like to make my calls. I like to have my follow-up.
Yeah.
I like to have my space.
Yeah.
So I do like driving people around. I just don't want to do it for showings.
Or telling your car to drive people around.
Or telling my car to drive people around. Okay, so that leads to my next question. GPS or just instinct? When
GPS
you're driving
everywhere. Are you kidding me?
I remember vividly, and I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I had a showing early on when GPS first started becoming like the norm in cars. I was showing one property, and we had another showing right down the street. And I put it in my GPS to go to the next house.
I still do that.
I know.
I'm like, I just want to be told your destination is 250 feet on the right.
Okay, so we're on the same page with that. I had a bad experience actually before GPS. And this is one of the rare times where the client was driving me around. So I picked up this buyer at an open house. I was in my mid-20s. I was probably 24, 25. And this was my first $1 million buyer. Picked them up at an open house, and we're going out touring for the first time. And it was in Northbrook. And I was like, all right, Lee is a cut-through street. Lee will take you all the way.
Lee is not a cut-through street.
Lee is not a cut-through street. And so I'm so proud of myself. I'm like, all right, I'm going to teach this guy who's, not familiar with Northbrook, the shortcut.
The shortcut.
That was very embarrassing. I think I didn't follow up with that client after that set of showings because I was so embarrassed that I told him the wrong directions.
That's so funny.
And
so then you had to flip it around.
We had to do a U-turn and go back.
We're human.
Go east on Dundee to Skokie Boulevard to get over to Lake Cook. Lee does not cut through the highway.
Lee does not cut through.
So I will never forget that experience. And I think that's why I became like so GPS. Like, tell me where to go.
Right.
I'm not going to screw this up again.
Right.
So, all right. When you're talking with a client, are you like follow up immediately or do you give them time?
Follow up immediately.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. Keep thinking about me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking about them. Like, it's got to go, it goes both ways, right? I'm sure you have met with people and met them for the first time and thought, I don't know if I'm the right fit for them.
Yeah.
Or if they're the right fit for me. And that is valid, I think. I think it's valid. We're not for everybody, not everybody, you know, you got to mesh well. But more often than not, I really want to be a part of that journey with them, and I will follow up right away.
So you meet with a client and you immediately follow up with them after you leave?
I mean, not like the second I leave.
Like, hey, great meeting you. I'm in the car.
Right.
Hope you have a great day.
Like I'm watching you walk to your car. No, but I'll give it a couple hours and I'll probably follow up later that day or early the next morning and just, you know.
So you don't want too much time to go by?
No.
You want to make sure that you're staying top of mind always?
Yeah.
I agree with that most of the time.
Yeah. I feel like they need to know that I am open communication and I'm staying on top of things and attentive and all those things. And I think that, yeah, don't let too much time go by.
I agree. I think there are certain times where it's appropriate to let a lot of time go by before follow up.
And sometimes I ask, you know, how do you prefer to be contacted? Do you want me
So you do ask that question?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Are you an email person? Are you a text person? Are you a phone person? So when I follow up with you guys, I'm happy to give you a call, shoot you a text. Are you talking to other agents? Are you interviewing other agents?
Yeah.
When do you plan on making a decision? You know, and I kind of use that as
a guide for your follow-up.
A guide, you know, in the back of my head to just know they prefer emails. Okay, they're going to be talking to a few other agents over the weekend. They're making a decision on Monday. Right. You know, and then still, even if I talk to them on a Saturday and they're making their decision on Monday and they're talking to 3 other agents between, you know, now and then, I still might say, hey, I know you're meeting with another agent today. If any other, you know, questions or ideas come up as a result of that you want to bounce off of me.
So do you have all of that built into your schedule or are you just remembering? Is it just like a ticking time bomb in your head that I need to, that's probably not the right term. Are you just like, is it something in the back of your mind? Like I need to follow up with this person or are you scheduling everything out? Are you a big calendar person?
I wish I was a big calendar person. I do. I wish that I was type A like that.
Okay.
And I'm not. But that's okay.
That's fine. I think most agents aren't.
I write down everything.
Okay.
So I can refer back to my notes. You know, I'll date, you know, on February 6th, I met with this person. They prefer email. They, you know, like I'll go back and jot all that down. Writing it down helps me remember. And then I know, oh, I need to go back and look at my notes. And when should I follow up? And
so you have your process. So writing it down helps you remember it. And then once it's in your head, you just have that instinct to say, okay, I need to follow up with so-and-so today.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I'm the same in that way.
And
I don't write it down though. I'll like voice text Siri or, you know, say, hey, set a reminder, quiet over there.
Right.
She's about to start talking.
Totally. She will be setting your reminder right now. Yes. And as soon as I meet with new people, I'm pretty methodical when it comes to how I keep my pipeline and my spreadsheet. And so I look at that every morning and I'm methodical about looking at that every morning. And that also, so as soon as I meet with somebody, I put them on that spreadsheet and hopefully they stay in that spreadsheet because they decide to work with me.
Yeah.
But just seeing that name pop up on the spreadsheet every day is also my reminder to follow up.
I think that's important. That's a big thing that we do with our team.
Yeah.
Our team.
Your team.
I think that's a good segue into, I think the key point of today is we do things very differently in a lot of ways. But at this end of the day, we have the same goals.
Right.
We have the same plan in mind, and every client wants something different. And I think it's important to have conversations like this with other agents so that you know what some of the differences are. You always learn something new from talking with another agent. And I think it's important to, message to the people out there watching the podcast. Lisa and I are friendly competitors. We talk all the time.
Right.
We want to support each other. We want to be there for each other. There's something you said earlier. There's plenty of business to go around.
Right.
You need to pick the right agent for you that's going to work within the way that you want to be communicated with. And, not everyone is the same.
Right.
We all want the same goals for our clients. Well, some of us do at least. So thank you for watching this episode of Unlocking the Windy City. If you like the content that you saw today, please follow us online. Lisa,
thanks for having me. Thanks for
mention
having
your handle. You'll be tagged to all of this. But
amazing. Find your home with Rome.
Find your home with Rome. Thanks for following and enjoy the rest of your day.